Now, your bottom line is, look, let's cut through all this bullshit. I got $1,500 a month. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, I requested it. My lawyer also provided that program, what we can pay.
And so they went for 2 more hours, and even after presenting a moderate loan modification that they had come together that would have been more profitable for the bank than foreclosing, they still they decided after 2 hours of wrangling to accept the certificate of bad faith. And so she now has a certificate of bad faith for the Wells Fargo, and they threatened to sue the mediator.
One thing to know about Wells Fargo is that they are consistently found in bad faith, and I told you about that last year out here in the Ninth Circuit. We had Corvello, citing Wigod, and then I had a case I was working on myself where we had a bad faith certificate issued in mediation, and then there was Jane Mair's case where they were found in bad faith as well. So this was a year ago, and now let's bring you up to speed momentarily. I'm going to start off with a year ago, and we're going to get up to speed with this week in 2014. At your Wells Fargo mediation for your other home, which is in mediation, they refused to negotiate in good faith, and they took a bad faith certificate, did they not?
Yes, they did. They'd rather see. This is what happened with my home. The more we pay, the more we owe, and I didn't know what happened and why we want to refinance it when the interest rate was low. They don't want me to.
After her neighbor ran her over on a motorcycle, she sustained a catastrophic brain injury, while the idiot judge ruled it an accident, but that's ridiculous. I ride a bike. You don't accidentally do anything on a motorcycle. It requires your complete attention. But anyway, her nightmares were only starting at that point as the banks closed in on her instead of working with her underhand. This is good here. This is good. Mm-hmm. We're here with KingCast.net and Mortgage Movies. I'm here with Jane Mair, who's still trying to work with Wells Fargo on this mortgage at her house out here in Lake City. Ms. Mair, I understand that they have a bad faith certificate. They refuse to bargain with you. And however, you've never seen a chain of title for this property, and it's also a predatory loan. Is that correct?
Yes, we bought the house and financed it from World Savings and Loan Bank. And then they give me very low payment, less than $600 a month. And then when the interest rate was low, they didn't allow me to refinance my home. And then later on, pretty quickly, my loan payment become almost $2,000, 1980 something. And I asked them to help to drop my interest rate, and so they refused to do so. But later they said, okay, sign the documents for 6.5 something, and so I signed it. But what I stuck with is the house. This is more than 100 years house, and it's sliding to the hill. And what happened is they sold my loan to
Wachovia.
Wachovia sold to
Wells Fargo.
Wells Fargo.
That's right.
And during this period of time, I used to try to pay more on time. I had very good record of paying loan and mortgage and everything.
Well, right, because you were catastrophically injured, brain injured by your neighbor who ran you over.
Yeah,
right.
So after that happened, I asked them help and called them many times, and also sent them fax and asked to help. And then they said, you need to stop payment for 3 months so that we know you really cannot afford it, and then we'll help you with the Obama loan modification and drop your payment amount and interest rate, and you be in way better shape.
So what happened, Ms. Mair? Did they ever negotiate with you?
The Northwest Justice organization helped me to push for loan modification mediation. We did it twice. The first time we went there, they said we lack of this and that kind of documents. Second time they did the same thing after almost after over a year, and then they don't have a good faith. they don't want to negotiate.
Well, they were in bad faith with you, and I've seen them in bad faith in a case that I worked with them as well. And in your case, they waited to the last minute to tell you and your counsel that you allegedly didn't provide documents. Is that right?
Yes, not only that, also they grabbed somebody as a temporary lawyer. We have never worked with that person. We have never seen that person. And that person doesn't know whatsoever about my account. And so that person went to mediation. And in the middle of the mediation, he requested 3 times to stop the meeting at the mediation and try to talk to Wells Fargo privately. But the result is they refused to negotiate again, give another chance to mediate, and also they refused to work with us, even pay higher than the normal standard loan modification program.
I got you there. So right now, your bottom line is, look, let's cut through all this bullshit. I got $1,500 a month. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, I requested, my lawyer also provided that program, what we can pay. And of course, it's higher than Obama loan modification program.
Right.
And that's what I could afford. But they still doing the same thing like before, said we lack of this and that kind of a documentation. That's why they received a bad faith certificate. Now we demand the Wells Fargo stop playing game and please work with us. We want to do something good and real for both sides.
Good. I understand that, and that's why I follow your cases. Thank you, Jane.